everyone, welcome to my presentation. My name is Kasetphattana Group. I'm from Kasetphattana Factory Company Limited here in Thailand. Today I like to do two things in my presentation. First, I'd like to introduce to you our Kasetphattana Group and who we are and how did we get here. So second, I would like to introduce to you our high efficiency mixed flow grain dryers. So let's get into it. Kasetphattana Group. Actually, the word Kasetphattana is a Thai word. In English, it means agricultural continuous development. And the group was established by Mr. Kasetphattana, also president of Kasetphattana Group, also my father. And the group was first founded in 1978 in Chachoengsao province, which roughly is about 80 kilometers from Bangkok. And because Mr. Kasetphattana, he was a former rice trader before, so actually he somehow he had a true knowledge of what the farmers actually need and what the farmers' problems were. The group successes started since the first product ever introduced into the market, the Kasetphattana rice thresher, which at the time topped at #1 sales in Thailand. So naturally, multiple additional manufacturing plants were added, were established to respond to the highly anticipated rising demand of the rice of Kasetphattana rice thresher at the time. We didn't stop there. So with our continuous passion and effort, many more product lines were added into the Kasetphattana Group, and grain dryers actually being one of them. Grain dryers research and development started as early as 1987, which was the year I was born, and with the goal to maximize drying efficiency and the goal to maximize return on investment for our customer, Kasetphattana grain dryers have been continuously improving until today. Now, presently, today Kasetphattana Group is involved in providing high-performance agricultural machines, covering many aspects of rice production, both here in Thailand and also in multiple international market outside of Thailand. Now, let's get into the second part, our mixed flow grain dryer system. Kasetphattana grain dryers have been designed to perform at high efficiency and high productivity. The dryers are able to dry different types of grain, for example, rice, corn, or soybean. The moisture shrinking of the grains are very well controlled due to the use of mixed airflow method. Because of the indirect heating system that we have in our grain dryers, the dry products will be very clean, and because there is zero contact between the grains and the fire smoke. The first component I would like to introduce to you is the most important component in our grain dryer system, the grain drying chamber. For our drying system, we engineer our grain dryers to have a very well-controlled moisture shrinking and also a very well-controlled temperature decrease. As well, the most important thing is that we design it to have the most suitable airflow rate relative to the rate of grain flow within the drying chamber. And this is made possible by the opposing flow between the heated air and the grains. Therefore, what this means is that the grains within the drying chamber will release moisture content uniformly, and this results in a well-controlled drying time and also a high-quality product. prepared a comparison between our mixed flow grain drying system and the columnar drying system. So first, let's have a look at the convention. In this diagram, the green arrow will represent grain flow direction, and the red arrow on the diagram will represent hot air flow direction, which will ultimately flow from plus to minus. So the way it works in grain drying chamber is that the hot air will flow into the drying chamber via the hot air inlet duct, the red duct there, and will exit at the hot air outlet duct on the blue ducts. So let's first look at the columnar drying system. In the columnar drying system on your right here, the grain will flow vertically downwards, and this flow will happen between the hot air inlet and outlet duct. So the hot air will flow horizontally across pass from the hot air inlet to the hot air outlet duct. So this results in an uneven airflow distribution. Why? Because there is a higher chance of the grains that are closer to the hot air inlet duct to be exposed to the hot air. Also, because the grain flows straight downward, the residence time of the grain inside the drying chamber is quite short. So this further suffers drying efficiency. So unsurprisingly, the grain drying of the columnar drying system is not very uniform. Now, the situation is different in our mixed flow drying system here. The mixed flow drying system will optimizes airflow distribution and also optimizes hot air exposure for all grains. Because the hot air inlet and outlet ducts are structured in switching levels, the hot air flows in all directions vertically and also horizontally. This results in very uniform grain drying and very high drying efficiency. So to put things into perspective, with our appropriately developed design elements, which is the physical phenomena of the control between hot airflow and grain flows within the drying chamber, our grain dryers are able to achieve drying capacity up to 4 batches per day, which is incredible. Now, the next component that's also very important indeed is the heat generating unit. Let me introduce our heat generating unit now. I have here the schematic of the heat generating unit. The temperature of the heated air can be easily controlled via the fuel feeding rate, and the furnace is equipped with an exhausted fumes confining set. What that means is that the exhausted air will not pollute the surrounding environment. Next, let me introduce to you the concept of the heat exchange via the heat exchanger we have in our grain dryers. With the application of this indirect heating system, through the use of the heat exchanging chamber, the ambient air is forced to flow past an array of hot pipes in the heat exchanger, in which the hot fumes air from the furnace is flowing inside. So the heated air from this heat exchanger chamber is then used to dry the grains within the drying chamber. This means that the heated air carries zero smoke and zero dust to the grains, resulting in clean dry product. So our burner uses a heat-resistant brick furnace and also uses agricultural waste such as rice husk or corn cobs as energy source. So it's quite easy to find, it's very abundant, and the temperature can be easily controlled via the quantity of the fuel you feed into the burner. Our grain dryers come equipped with the grain flow control with protective control system. The grain input and output control system will be switched on and off automatically. This is for uniform grain flow and also will prevent overloading of the drying chamber. Another design factor we took into consideration quite seriously is the environment. So our dryers are environmental friendly. So all the hot air that is going into the drying chamber are sucked into and blown off by multiple axial flow aspirators. And because these aspirators are equipped with dust detecting chamber, the exiting air will carry minimum dirt to the environment. So here I have the schematic of the axial flow aspirators. So the dusty air goes in from your left and goes through the airflow control vanes. The dusty air is then going into a dust detection chamber. So all the dust particle will be, most of the dust particle will be collected within the cyclone dust collector. So the exiting air will be quite clean. Now, our grain dryers are equipped with automatic electrical control and protection system. So this control and protection system will break the circuit should there be any electrical failure occurring within the drying system. And automatic control system also make it possible for only one or two operators only to operate the entire drying system. Now, also another important design factor that we also pay very close attention to is the manufacturing. So our parts production are carried out by computerized machine. For example, our sheet metal cutting is all done by a computerized laser cutter, which is programmed by a team of professionals. And we also use automatic computerized machine to fold each workpiece. So the results are small error tolerance and also very high durability. So because of this high standard parts that we make, all our grain dryers have very long service life. Now to put things into perspective a little bit, I've prepared here an illustration of our grain dryers that we have installed inside Thailand. Note here though that some of the in each province, maybe there may be multiple installations, but just to keep things simple for this presentation, I'm only showing one dryer per province. Now, last but not least, I'd like to introduce a little bit our models that are currently being produced. So we have KDP6, KDP11, KDP15, KDP27, KDP33, and biggest one being KDP38. The numbers beside the models are corresponding to the holding capacity of the drying chamber. For example, our KDP27 here can hold up to 27 tons of paddy per batch, but actually this is where it gets interesting because our grain dryers are different from our competitors. Our grain dryers, because we use mixed flow grain drying method with appropriately designed elements, our grain dryers, as I've mentioned, can actually dry up to 4 batches per day. So actually KDP27, even though it can hold 27 tons per one batch of drying, actually in one day you have a drying capacity of 100 tons, approximately 100 tons. So this is the end of my presentation. Thanks for watching. You can get more details on our grain dryers on our website, and you can also contact us. You can give us a call. And thanks for watching. Have a nice day.